Hall of Fame, it can only mean one thing. Welcome to Cleveland, Ohio. Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and we'll have David Aldridge filling us in from the sideline. DA, take it away.
Guys, we may see Che on the red carpet soon. He's been rubbing elbows with TV and movie producers for a while.
David, once again, great stuff. Thank you. Greg, the glitz and glamour calling Che.
And we've seen a handful of players dabble in Hollywood with mixed success. You just hope it doesn't distract Che from his development process, which has been firing on all cylinders.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. The talented combo up front, Horford and Embiid. Ben Simmons is out there with Harris. And for the Cavaliers, Ashman and Love are the forwards. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Thompson in at the 5 down low. Some guys check the league standings every day. Others try to avoid it. What was your approach when you played?
Hey, I didn't look at them much because we were a team that was struggling, Kevin. We were just trying to find our way to being competitive back in the early 80s with the Pacers. So I never got to the point where we were a team that was looking at the standings daily. And I avoided the papers pretty much throughout my career just because, to me, was a bit of a waste of energy and time. I had more things to focus on than where we were in the standings and what people might be saying and writing about us.
Here is Love. Philadelphia able to drain the 3. Back to Dellavedova. Fires from the corner. Count that bucket.
Man, I like how Dellavedova gets that shot up so quickly, always measuring the shot as the pass is coming to him.
And good that time. 5 points in the game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Take a look at the Warriors. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And seeing where the 76ers are, they know what this team is. Some would say they've overachieved, but I feel like they've proven themselves thus far.
You know, looking to score often from there, Harris is excellent at drawing the defense's attention and fouls.
The 76ers shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And, guys, that's a pretty good improvement over last season.
Well, we knew that Tobias Harris would be one of the big names during free agency this past summer.
Wasn't a lot of speculation for him when free agency hit. Ends up staying with the Sixers, and I think it makes sense for both sides that he fits nicely next to Embiid.
Now here is Dellavedova. Lets it go with the 3. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. The 76ers have gone 2 of 3 here to score. Whoa, what a finish!
Good. And, you know, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane bounce, he takes advantage of it, really demonstrating how lethal he is in the air.
Horford against Love. Passes it to Clarkson. Back to Love. 6 on the shot clock. No good off the back of the rim.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
It's been a slow start here for Cleveland. 7-point differential. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
I mean, they went into that one with the thought that they may have a chance. No.
It wasn't pretty. That's definitely the case. I mean, I know they'd like to scrub that game from their memories and actually erase it from the hard drive.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Basket counts. 9 points in the game so far. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the 76ers?
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Dellavedova finds Clarkson. Shot clock at 6. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Osmond. And another miss by Cleveland. Looking at Philadelphia, they took the win in their last game against the Hawks.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
The Cavaliers trail by 11. Dellavedova dishes to Love. Back to Dellavedova. Love outside. And there's the pass to Clarkson. They need this one. The Cavaliers again can't hit. The 76ers leading by 11. And it's Osman with the rebound.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Timeout called, Cleveland. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated. And a moment now to check out some of the numbers for Joel Embiid. First in rebounding, second in blocks, and also his field goal percentage is up in the top 5. Tremendously efficient at finishing plays at the basket.
And just going back real quick to the fact that he's tops in the league in rebounds, what a tremendous feat. What a monster he is in the paint. And the 76ers decide to take their first timeout here.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major or it could be just a slight tweak.
Let's take a peek now here at the league leaders in rebounding. Number 1 is Joel Embiid.
And guys, his rebounding has taken a lot of pressure off their other bigs. It frees those guys up to contribute in a lot of other ways.
Clarkson against Harris. Clarkson kicks to Dellavedova. Love up top. Will it go? And another miss by Cleveland. Philadelphia leading by 13. All alone. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And that one good from Clarkson.
And this is the advantage Clarkson has. I mean, he's a big combo guard and can convert through contact.
And so Simmons will bring it up for Philadelphia. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Well, it helps when your opponent makes that many mistakes. I thought that was the story of the game.
Yeah, I think that was a big part of it for sure, as it is anytime you make a bunch of mistakes. All they had to do was follow their game plan, and that's exactly what they did. You know, throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively, and he's been absolutely relentless. A big X factor for the Sixers, I think, will be the development of Ben Simmons' jump shot. He's got to become at least a threat as a perimeter shooter if they're going to have a chance to win it all.
The quick look, no good that time.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And especially in the playoffs where teams really scheme for you, Simmons shooting can be a real problem for the Sixers.
Yeah, it's a major liability, guys. There's no denying it. For all of his wonderful ability and versatility, the fact that it's basically 4 on 5 when they're on offense with him on the floor is a problem in the playoffs. And you said it. When teams can lock into you, they're going to make you do what you're uncomfortable doing.
Here's Dellavedova following the basket by Al Horford. Thompson for the triple.
And you know what? Call it great defense or poor offense. Either way, they're limiting their scoring.
Greg, bottom line is they're ahead on the scoreboard, and that's all that matters.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Now here is Dellavedova, guarded by Simmons. Love wide open, he fires! And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova.
Man, it's so good to see how Dellavedova plays to his strengths, guys. I mean, specifically how he finds the open man. Nice.
Got a piece of it. Tries yet again. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. John Henson's checked in for Thompson. Hance comes in for Kevin Love. Porter's checked in for Clarkson. And it's Brandon Knight in for Matthew Dellavedova. The 76ers also with a sub. Josh Richardson's checked in for Al Horford. Now here's Porter. He's coming off a 10-point game against Miami.
Yeah, but he was also a force on the defensive side. 2 block shots and also altered a ton of shots. They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And after he missed the first 2 seasons of his career, Greg, with a broken bone in his foot, would injuries be your main concern for Joel Embiid?
Look, no doubt about it. As long as he's healthy, he's an all-league performer. Still, 7-footers carry a lot of weight in our league. He wants to prove he can play big minutes. They just got to make sure they protect him.
Here's Osman. No good from outside. Philadelphia leading by 14. Inside. Banked in off the glass. 18 points for him.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
They get it back. Goes up again. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Yeah, this league is in good shape when you talk about guys like Nance. The consummate role player does everything that's asked of him.
Scotty's checked in for Simmons.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Nance. A lot of players keep track of their stats, their own team stats. But Clark, how much do guys pay attention to stats in game?
I have no idea. I mean, I know stat sheets are given to the coaches during the timeouts throughout the game, but I don't think players in general are able to monitor their numbers. Now, there are exceptions to every rule. I imagine every team may have a player or two that can chart his numbers during the game, but the vast majority are too occupied with playing the game to keep up with the stats.
And they're looking up at the scoreboard, too, aren't they? Because they give individual stats up on the board.
Oh, man. I tell you that, and then watching replays is one of my pet peeves with players. I mean, they should just focus on playing the game instead of always looking up to see if they fouled or not.
Here's Osman. 9 points last game out. And the rejection by Embiid.
Look at this combination of reach and timing. It makes Embiid a superb shot blocker.
The Cavaliers shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
That free throw missing.
The former Tar Heel, John Henson, is incredibly efficient on both ends of the court.
And Philadelphia making a change here. O'Quinn's checked in. Cavaliers, Thompson, he's checked in for Henson. Kevin Love comes in for Larry Nance. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Jetty Osman. Free throw dropped for Al Horford. And Greg, Al Horford over the summer opting out of a contract with Boston the final year with the Celtics. A bit of a surprise to fans.
You know, Horford said he wanted to test free agency. Talks between him and Boston abruptly ended, was wooed by several teams, but ultimately signed on with the Sixers.
The duo inside, Love and Thompson. Clarkson is out there with Brandon Knight. And it's Porter in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Kept alive, Thompson. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Well, I love the way he goes after it there. I mean, you've got to respect that. He's rewarded for his efforts of pursuing the ball. Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Porter looking it over. Tries from the block. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got 6 rebounds in the game. The pull-up. Basket good. 20 points for him. The Cavaliers trail by 7. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Clarkson, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
As he often does, Clarkson pushing the action, drawing a trip to the line.
The Cavaliers shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
Really a good free throw shooter. You'd like to see Clarkson get to the line even more because of that.
And both free throws good for Clarkson.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, I tell you what, I love the unselfishness of Ben Simmons. This guy delights in setting up his teammates, and if they're open, they get the ball.
Now, here's Clarkson. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Miami. And he dunks it down.
And Kevin, lots of standing around and watching by the defense that took.
And he makes them pay, doesn't he, Greg, with that emphatic slam.
And, guys, that'll get his heart rate up a little bit, I can tell you that. Watch out. He can be a dangerous player when his motor is revved up that way.
Knight against Richardson. Knight passes to Love. Kicks it to Clarkson. Outside Knight. Just 5 on the clock. This one for 3. Rebound by the 76ers. Harris has got 7 rebounds in the game.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second. That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Here's Porter. Love trying to break loose. Count it, and the Philadelphia lead has been cut down to 5 on the bucket from Porter.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
And Simmons kicks to Horford. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Horford's got 7 points.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Oh, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one.
Boy, that sounded like Greg Anthony stealing a little bit of Kevin's thunder. I know this guy's hoping to rouse his teammates for sure with that one.
He is, and Greg sounded better saying it than I did. And here's Clarkson. He brings it up for the Cavaliers. They trail by 7. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. We know you have great passion for the game of basketball. Any passions that our fans may not know about?
Yeah, I enjoy golf. I'm an avid reader, as you well know, Kevin. We actually share book titles on occasion. Obviously, food is universal, and there's nothing I turn down. I try to eat certain things in moderation, but I enjoy board games, too. In terms of sports, I'm a fan of football, both college and pro. Enjoy playing golf, and board games and reading probably are what occupy my time. It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Knight passes to Thompson. Harris against Clarkson for 3. Love. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
And boy, has he come alive. Since the start of the second quarter, he has been on fire.
Out left to the wing. Hits the three-point bomb. 25 points in the game.
And that gets him going here in the second after hitting 2 from long range in that first.
Clarkson dishes to Love. And the call will be against Harris. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
On defense, the 76ers. At one point, they led by 16. And that one's good by Porter.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Down low, stolen by Thompson. The kick out to Porter. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Now just a 5-point 76ers lead. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
He is delivering a lot of room service times tonight. One sweet one after another.
And the Cavaliers with possession here. Philadelphia able to drain the 3.
You know, he started slow, but now in the second quarter, he's finding his groove.
The 76ers leading by 6. 76ers moving the ball around. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Thompson outside. Three-pointer. He doesn't hit that one. Now the 76ers take it the other way. Their last encounter was in Philadelphia.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
And, you know, one of the things about winning the physical battle like they did in that game, it gives you a lot of confidence going into the next meeting. You know you can push this team around in the paint and win the physical battle.
Harris against Clarkson. Out to the right wing. Embiid trying to break loose. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now, here is Knight. He's got 5. Six to shoot. Shoots it. Al Horford with the rebound.
So hard, actually impossible to cut into the lead when you have a guy struggling this badly.
And it's good for 2.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
So it's the Cavaliers now. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Simmons against Knight. Pass to Thompson. Here's Clarkson. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels. Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
The 76ers leading by 10 with the shot. Love grabs the board.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they need to continue to press that advantage. They've got to get back to that. Don't go away from that. It's been working so well for them. Stay with it.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. But taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Henson's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Nance comes in for Kevin Love. Cedi Osman, he's checked in for Porter. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Jordan Clarkson. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Korkmaz comes in for Harris. Here's Osman. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. And Simmons has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. At one point, they led by 16.
And he is having an unbelievable game from three-point range. How long can he keep this up?
Now here is Dellavedova. Here's Osman. Back to Henson. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Yeah, nice job that time by Henson, utilizing his size perfectly.
O'Quinn trying to free himself up. Lays it up and banks it in. He has 40.
You know, he started the game knocking down shots, guys, and now in the second quarter, he's taking it to another level.
Here's Osman. Pass to Nance. Outside Knight, just 5 to shoot. And count it from 19 feet away. Knight's got 9. Here's Korkmaz. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. From deep three-point range, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for it. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Boy, it looked like every time down the floor you had the ball in your hands and you were making shots. Do you expect to see defensive adjustments in the second half?
Of course, man, you know, they might try to bump me more coming around the screens, bring them through more doubles on the catch. But you know what? There's only so much that they can do before they start, leaving other guys open. And that's when I'm going to just find an open guy, toss it up, and get the assist.
Well, you're filling out the stat sheet for sure. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. The Cavaliers trail by 12. Kicking off the second half, here's Brett Brown's foul. The talented combo up front, Horford and Embiid. Tobias Harris is out there with Ben Simmons, and Thompson kicks to Love. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Philadelphia's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc, 6 of 15.
Well, he's filling it up right now, getting the shots he wants and delivering in a big way.
A lot of smart guys playing in the NBA right now, Clark. Any that you spot that could be a great future head coach in this game?
There are so many of them, Kevin, when you spend time around guys and watch how they carry themselves on the court. Usually you look at point guards because they're quarterbacks and coaches on the floor in many cases. CP3, I don't know if he has a desire to coach, but he certainly talks and feels the game as a coach. And Mike Conley, I think he too has the type of cerebral approach to the game that could lend itself to coaching.
That's an excellent starting list.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And with Simmons, you get it all. I mean, the shooting, the rebounding, and the passing.
Passes to Thompson. Kicks it out to Love. The pass to Dellavedova. Here's Osman for three. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now here is Dellavedova. Guarded by Simmons. Dellavedova, the pass to Love. The feed to Thompson. Embiid with the steal. And now Philadelphia on the break. Harris has got the ball.
Well, it's been a great start for this offense here in the second half. 4 for 4.
The Cavaliers trail by 21. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Love outside. Shot clock at 6. Dellavedova with the ball. Simmons is there.
Yeah, solid shot making from Dellavedova. He's really improved that mid-range shot of his.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson.
You know, guys, it's not surprising to hear that Joel Embiid gets a lot of inspiration from Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon. Both came to the game late. Both represent the continent of Africa. And Embiid really kind of modeled his game after Hakeem, and that's a heck of a model.
And when he first came to America, you know, what a great story this is. Embiid's coach in Cameroon sent him a DVD of Hakeem's highlights.
And that was a good start for Embiid, and good work by you, Kevin, to dig up that factoid. Very nicely done. But you're right, Embiid said he watched that tape every day for 3 years, and you can see evidence of him watching that tape and how he plays.
And it's Dellavedova with the ball. He brings it up for Cleveland. Pass to Thompson. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Love outside. Off target from three-point range.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Now here is Dellavedova. He's got 6. Clarkson with the ball. Now guarded by Simmons. Clarkson against Harris. Some solid defense from Harris.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Clarkson passes to Osman.
That's his 4th foul. I'm sure he recognizes this situation because number 5 would put him in a rough, tough spot.
Josh Richardson's checked in for the 76ers.
Josh Richardson.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Dellavedova finds Thompson.
And it's clear he's been a little out of
Now here is Dellavedova. Richardson covering. Osman the pass to Nance. Nice D from Scott. The 76ers have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. But they'll get another chance.
And the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the boards.
He's really slowed down a bit here in the second half. He hasn't converted a 3 yet after the tremendous first half he had.
Dellavedova dishes to Henson. To the paint, here's Nance. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up officially. 5 seconds left in the fourth. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Allen, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Shaquille O'Neal to my right, Kenny the Jet Smith on my left, right here in the middle, I'm Ernie Johnson. And a chance now.
Hey, it's Shaq. You guys stomped that team, and I mean literally. Wasn't even close. When did you realize this game was yours to lose?
Hey, man, I think the key for us was to never get comfortable having a lead. Treat the game as it was dead heat all 4 quarters, you know what I'm saying? Because as soon as we left that gas pedal against a team like that, boom, your advantage is gone. So we didn't feel like we had the game until it was obvious, too late, you know what I'm saying, for them to come back.
Man, wow.
And that's a wrap, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. For Shaq, for the Jet, for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. We will see you again soon.
What's up, kid? Show them who you rep.
Hey, I get a fans of show.
One of the better stories from the past week or so has been the excellent play of my man Che.
Killing the game, Hank.
Truly, it's hard to find fault